Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be working on the KRX 1000. We got a few things, projects that we're going to be doing to this old girl, but today we're going to start out with the rigid light pods. Let me show you what I got. So I got these rigid light pods here. I got the ambers and the whites. I'm thinking of using these for backup lights in the back, and these for lighting up in the front, and then ordered the wiring harness with the switch and everything to go with it. It's got the fuses and connectors. Actually got two of these wiring harnesses, so yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, they come with these mounting brackets and everything, so that's awesome. Allen wrench in each one. I got the first one hooked up, and it's not too difficult, but you got to get it started, and you just barely have enough thread sticking through there that you can get the washer on, and then barely get that nut on, and then you need to hold it up like that and get your finger on it to hold it in place. You know, so you're going to be like that, and then you're going to put the Allen wrench on the bottom, and you're going to turn it. If you have hardly any threads at all sticking through much more than to get that little washer on, the space is so tight you won't be able to get the nut on. And at first I thought maybe that it would hold it, but as I tried tightening down, it spun the nut out. So the easiest way I found was to just get like one or two threads showing, get that washer on there, and then place the nut in there and hold it with my finger like that, and then start turning it, and it'll grab and it'll take off really easy. Yeah, so then you got your bracket all ready to go. Left it a little loose so I can get them adjusted before I get them mounted, and then get them tightened down. All right, on to the next one. There, you can see how I did the next one. I just barely got the threads sticking through, so I'm going to get the washer on there. All right, there, I got the washer on, so now I'm going to place the nut on top of that, hold it with my finger to hold it in place, and then use the Allen wrench provided and to turn that in until it grabs. There you have it, just like that. Went right in. On to the next one. All right guys, I'm here at the back of the side-by-side. I got a few places that we can mount these, either up on the roll bar where normally like whips would go, which would be a little bit higher up, or there's some punch outs on the bumper. I'll show you what I got going on. Let's go take a look. All right, so what we got punch outs here. You could take that out, install it there, so it looks something like that. Wouldn't be too bad. Or we got the whip location, which I thought kind of looks kind of cool, sleek, out of the way, wouldn't get hit or taken out, you know, if we backed into something with the bumper. So I'm kind of liking this area right here right now. I will try that, and then if I need to move them down here later because this isn't providing enough light, then I will do that. All right, let's get these things mounted on. Show you guys something here really quick. You see these lights have a flood and like a spot, and so I'm gonna put them to where the flood is on the outside, so it provides a wider beam on the outside of the four-wheeler, and the spot's more directly behind the four-wheeler. If it was over here on the other side, then it'd be, you know, beam straight back and more flood towards the center of the four-wheeler. So I think the flood's probably a wider width, so we're gonna want that on the outside, and we'll have them positioned like that, and it'll just be just the opposite on the other side. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to show you a little tip that I found kind of useful. It's kind of really tight. I mean, I can get my hand in here, but trying to balance a washer and a nut, if you have that sitting in there and then you're trying to get in here and get that spun on, that is really hard to do. So what I did is, you know, I just took the the nut and the washer and got it up in there on the hole, and then set the light down on it, and then that way I was lined up and then I could start spinning it. Okay, I got these lightly installed. I left some slop in there because if this back bracket, I haven't tightened these down yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it flat on there, and I'm going to slightly pivot the light to where I got it to where I think I'm going to want it, and like that, and then I will tighten those down. Now that I got the pod secured to the bracket, sitting the way I want it to sit, now I can tighten the bottom bolt to the roll cage. Alright, let's get in here and find the socket and the wrench that we need. My 3/8 is missing. It's out in the boat. If you watch any of my other videos, I'm doing some stuff with my jet boat. I had a little bit of a problem with it. We found the problem, so the parts should be coming in tomorrow, and I'll be getting a video out on that. So let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's metric 4. Is that the same? Get my finger out of the way. Let's find the right wrench here. Hard to do with one hand. Looks like a 13. All right. So 14 and a 13. Yeah, here's what went wrong with the boat. Broken stud. So my rocker fell off. So we got a new stud coming, and that'll be another video. Anyways, let's get back to the side-by-side. Okay guys, here it is. Now I had this mounted all the way down, and when I went to go snug it up, it tried to torque the light because it was hitting the roll bar. So I went, the bolt's long enough, I went and put another nut there to separate it and space it up. And then also the hole in there was too big for my locking washer, so I had to put a bigger flat washer on first, then the locking washer, and then tighten her down. So yeah, we got her spaced up like that, and you can see I got just enough clearance and daylight and everything through there. So looking good. We'll get on to the next side. All right, there you go. I got them mounted on both sides. I tucked the wire behind the roll bar here, down in this gap between the bed. This one comes out right here, and I will follow this wire loom around over to the other side, traveling underneath here, and then it'll come up through here and tie in with this one, and then we'll run it into the cab. All right guys, on into the cab. So I moved the seat forward, and back here is a spot for wires and stuff to go through. So I had that plugged off with a rag, but yes, that's where we'll be feeding that through, and it will come out right here. So then we will run it up and follow this harness all the way up here and connect everything up. All right, I'll get to it. All right, I got the harness brought through, got the connectors crimped on, got this one side hooked up. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side up, and then we'll move to the other side. All right, over here. Now we're gonna work on getting these ones done up here. I am stripping a little bit more off these. The amount that they have stripped on there is a lot to be desired, so I'm gonna get more on there. So get your strippers out and strip them back a little farther. If you haven't ever had a good set of wire strippers and crimpers, these Icon ones are really nice. I just got them. Harbor Freight had a sale not too long ago. I think it was like 35% off. But yeah, and these things are really good, fit in the hand nice, and do a great job. So if you need some, go on down to your local Harbor Freight, pick up some Icon. All right, I'm going to start zip tying this up in the back before I start doing anything in the front, and that way I can get it to where I want it, get stuff ran, and then whatever slack I have left, I can pull up to the front inside the compartment there and coil it up and hide it up there. All right, I got the wire all zip tied up, crossed, down this wire, down to here, and then it goes in the hole there. Now I've snipped the zip ties. Now if you guys don't have a pair of these, you need to get you some, because these working really handy, these flush mounts, and they snip them really good. Just like that. Go down and get you a pair. Got those at Harbor Freight too. Okay guys, I'm putting the self-tapping screw in here. Hold the relay down. There we go. Got out of there. What I got going on here, get some of this stuff out of the way. I had to splice, the wires weren't long enough, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna get this stuff ran down in here, get it spliced and hooked up to the battery. The eyelets with the kit were too big, so I had to get some smaller ones and put them on. So I'm gonna get that spliced onto there, and then that one will be done, and I will be back. All right, I got that spliced there, got some heat shrink on it, got everything hooked back up, took in the wires, and the fuse, down in there. Everything's going behind the seat belt bracket, under the rubber, and I'll get some of that all zip tied up, and we'll get on to running the switch. Alright, I got all that battery stuff hooked up. I'm leaving the power off right now. I got things zip tied up, zip tied back here, zip tied down here. I got the switch wire running. Up through here, and then it's going to lay here and then tuck up in the dash here, and then I'm going to mount the switch right here. So I got these two bolts out right now. I'm going to drill a hole, see if I can get the wires fished up through there and get the switch popped in. Alright, I got the hole drilled here, got the wire fed through, got the switch on. It took a pretty big bit, 3/4 inch bit, to get that hole. So I will get the plug stuffed in there and clipped in, and then we'll here, let me show you really quick here. So it's lighting up. Go back here. Lights are on, so we got her working. All right, gang, got the switch shoved into place there. It's lighting up, and you can see, so it's working. I took out this screw and put it back in, and this one here too, so I could help reach my arm up in there to get the wire fed in through the hole. Got the power and everything all hooked back up, so I'm gonna go ahead and button up all this dust shielding stuff, and I'll be back with you in a minute. I'll show you really quick. The battery has a little rubber cover that goes on. Straps hook over these little nubbers here on both sides, and then I have the dust kit, which I also shove a rag down in there because there's a hole. That helps. So I'll get this all hooked back in here and the push pins in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, there you have it. You can see it's coming through the hole here, coming up here. You got the relay in, the switch wires and the battery wires come back down along this loom, tuck up underneath everything, connect. I got the switch wire running underneath this plate, comes out right there, comes up through here into the dash to the switch. All right, there you have it, gang. I hope that helps you, and yeah, go ahead and get you some nice lights and work on your machine. We all like to upgrade them and make them better. All right, there you have it, guys. That's a wrap to that video. Lights turned out great, I think, and I hope it helps you guys if you want to mount some, gives you some ideas. And next time we'll have another video, and we'll be mounting these bad boys, these ambers on the front. And so stay tuned for that one. Until next time, we'll see you out on the trail. Please like and subscribe, and go visit our channel and check out our other 4x4 videos.